we are going to continue our Podstream with Ahkila. If any of you guys had missed it, this past Sunday we had done a Podstream with Thesaurus as well as Ahkila. But unfortunately, Ahkila had kind of a time schedule, so we should have probably started with her first and then ended with Thesaurus, but we had started with her last, and she had to go. So we ran out of time. So that's why we're here again. We want to know more about Ahkila, and I'm sure Ahkila wants to share more with you guys. So I will pass it over to Infiltration, who is now going to be the questionnaire.
I've always been the questionnaire.
Yep, yep. So, anyways, hi, Ahkila. I'm so glad you're here.
Hi.
Oh, now I'm starting it off like I have a notepad and everything already? Okay. Alright here, so because, for what we know about you from just a tour in general there, so I wanted to get off maybe on some things that maybe we didn't touch upon there, so just to see about, what we can go over there with you to learn more about you there. So I just want to know here, what is your goals for this year? Whether it's tour related or just in general, what do you want to accomplish if you haven't already accomplished it already?
Good question. So I kind of took a break a little bit. I used to stream pretty much every night. I PvP'd like every night, and I had a pretty regular viewing because I was here all the time. And then I took a break for a bit, which I can get into later if you guys want, and just now started coming back. So I decided to make my goal, at least two of my goals, to sorry, I keep coughing, to hit 2,000 followers. Ideally, I'd like to get 2,500 followers. I'm at 1,600 followers. I'd really like to get an average of about 50 viewers, which would about double what my current average is. And I'd also think it would be great if I could get 50 subs and be able to continue holding said subs throughout the year. So I tend to sit around 29.
Okay.
So those are my stream-related goals.
Okay. So you're sitting at 29 right now, but you'd love to have 50.
Yeah, I think I have 29. That's I usually sit between like 26, 29.
Now you said you took a break from, was it just World Tour in general or streaming in general? Why did you take a break?
So I took a break from tour, but I also took a break from streaming. So I've been streaming for a little bit over 3 years, and I've been streaming tour for, that was the first game I started streaming. So, and this is the main game I took a break because at the point where I used to do PvP a lot, there was a group that started coming into my stream and started stream sniping on a pretty regular basis. And they usually had a 4-man group, so it was kind of really stressful to deal with. Like I don't mind being killed or anything. I'm a healer. I expect to be focused, but it was pretty obvious that I was being stream sniped because I'd come out of spawn and go in opposite direction, and somehow they'd find me immediately, constantly. So they would purposely queue sync. There were a couple times that they were actually in my group and they left so that they could queue against me. So it was pretty obvious that that's what they were trying to do, and it got really disheartening, I guess. The community wasn't as positive as it is now. It just got to be really hard to deal with. So I did keep streaming, but I sort of took a break and I stopped PvPing for a good, I don't know, probably 6 months.
And then you came back.
Yeah.
So how was the community?
Started raiding instead. I mean, I was always raiding, but I was also on 2 raid teams, so I was only streaming raids at that.
Okay. So rating has kind of like been like more the focus now since, because I know when I go on your streams there, I know you go on Cocoa Pebbles there and you do some PvP there, but rating's kind of like the main focus now, or?
It was. I was also on 2 raid teams for a while though, like from I don't know, maybe March through most of the summer. I was on 2 raid teams, so that helps me. I'm not very good at being consistent. I think that's probably one of my greatest, I don't know, failures as a streamer is consistency with my stream. And having a raid team really helps because then I can stream my raids, and that's a set schedule, and I have to be there every week. So it helps me when I'm not feeling motivated. It helps me log on and stream. But I would like to start streaming more PvP. I really enjoy playing with my viewers. A lot of the time when I PvP and do regs, I'm actually usually by myself. So it's nice to be able to play with my viewers. And that's a little bit harder to do with endgame raiding. So I'd like to move towards doing more PvP.
And that's what you're going to be doing on Cocoa Pebbles, or just in general there, or more on the Satil Sean side of it? Or are you a Starforge player? Like, are you going to do multiple servers there? Are you going to stay on just the one?
It'll be on multiple tunes, but I pretty much only heal. I've been playing Tor since 2.x. I've played long enough that I'm kind of over relearning a whole class or learning a class from scratch. I get kind of bored with that. And I really like healing, and I've been healing on a Sage Sork for a really long time. So I think on Satil Sean, I have 4 Sorks and 1 Sage, and then Starforge, I have a Sork and a Sage as well. 1 of each. So really, I can play on either server.
Okay.
I tend to go to Satil unless people I know are playing on Starforge or want me to go to Starforge. Like if people DM me and are like, "Hey, come hang out on Starforge," then I'm totally down to pop over. But generally speaking, I tend to focus more on Satil.
Okay, yeah, it seems like everyone's doing some Satil Sean PvP. I know some Starforge PvP on my own there. It gets a little bit tiresome being alone, and then you go into a game, you're like, great, this sucks. So I hope when I see you streaming, you'll have a group full of people and you'll be enjoying yourself like I would.
Yeah, nice. I know I have a lot of my regulars actually don't play. They used to play Tor and don't play Tor anymore. So they're just there hanging out, chatting with me, and I really enjoy being able to chat with people. But it is really nice when I can actually play with my viewers.
Well, hopefully when I'm watching you, we'll be able to, see you play with your viewers there, healing, having fun, all that good stuff there. So hope that comes into fruition there for you. Now I wanted to know here, do you have any projects you've wanted to do in the future there, whether it be Tool Tour or any other game or in general?
Yes, I actually have a event that I am in the process of. I was gonna make it my final announcement though. I can do it now though if you like.
It is up to you. The platform is yours.
Okay. I think I'll hold off until whenever we're done, and then I'll make the announcement.
Okay. So besides the major announcement there that you'll let us know about, is there any other projects, anything else you plan to do?
Oh, yes. It's not really related to streaming though. So I actually have, for those of you that have played Horizon Zero Dawn, the main character's name, her name's Aloy, and she is a ginger like me. We actually look decently similar. I had quite a few people tell me that she looks like me, which is kind of cool. But I have a cosplay costume of hers. It's like a more or less perfect replica of her costume. One of my friends made it for me. I did not feel like going through the effort of making that particular costume because it has a lot of odds and ends. But I am making her spear because I didn't have a weapon. And I'm preparing that weapon so that I can bring it to Emerald City's Comic-Con, which I'm going to in March. And I will be there for 4 days. I'm hoping to be able to maybe purchase a hotspot for a month or so that I can bring a Wi-Fi hotspot with me and stream some of the panels there. Comic-Con actually And a lot of the Seattle cons in general, they have a lot of Twitch panels now about streaming and how to, you know, make your communities better, how to engage with your communities, et cetera, et cetera. So I thought it would be really cool to stream some of those panels. I just need to get better internet, aka a hotspot, because our convention center is shit for internet. So I plan on going as Aloy again, and I'm gonna bring my handmade spear, and I'm super excited, and it's so much work. I've never made a weapon before.
And where's this Comic Con at? Like the one I've always been to is San Diego, but where is the Comic Con for you?
Seattle.
Seattle, okay. All right, awesome. Well, it's glad to hear you doing, because I feared the moment I heard that I was like, okay, it's got to be some kind of cosplay, because I feel like that would be there. But you cosplay as anybody else?
Sorry, what? Do I what?
Do you cosplay as anyone else?
Well,
besides?
Yes, so the current costumes I have, so I have that costume. I have a Merida costume, Merida from Brand. And I have I'm blanking on her name. She's one of the Sanderson sisters. I think her name's Sarah Sanderson. I have her costume as well. I feel like I have a couple other costumes buried, but I don't know where they're at.
In Comic Con's the only events where you actually go to, or is there other events besides that where you wear, the cosplay, outfit?
Yeah, I actually, I made I had my costume commissioned for PAX. And for those of you that don't know what PAX is, it's this huge international gaming convention. It's one of the biggest in the world. It's probably only second to, I think, Japan's convention. It has all kinds of games, not just video games, but board games, tabletop games, card games, video games, like VR, reality, like everything that you can think of is on this. It's really cool.
And you went to PAX South there in Texas?
No, I went to Seattle, which is the original PAX. I actually live in Seattle, so most of the cons I go to are in Seattle.
Yeah, because I heard of the PAX South actually, because there's a lot of people, when I joined Team B42, there's a lot of people who lived in Houston, Texas area that went to PAX South down there, and they said they had a blast. So I feel like one of these days, if it's ever near me, I'd want to go and experience all the love that they had there. So.
What area are you in?
I'm in Indiana.
They have a South. It used to be called PAX Prime. That's the original PAX Seattle. It is now called PAX West, which makes some of us who have been here forever rage. But so they have a PAX West. They have a South. They also have an East.
Okay.
I don't remember where that one's at, but I can link you the PAX website later. I think they have 3 or 4 of them. So they might have one a little bit closer to you. They're really fun. You get a beta test a bunch of new games that haven't come out yet. There's tons of indie games. There's a lot of VR stuff there, which I think is really cool that you get to test new virtual reality.
It seems like that's going to be the future of it all, is to be having the VR on your head and moving around and being more active rather than just sitting in a chair.
Yeah. So like this year, for example, at PAX, I know PAX West came out before Assassin's Creed, the most recent Assassin's Creed game came out before that game had released, and that game was at PAX. So, I mean, you have to stand in line for it, but you get to test the game, which is pretty cool. A lot of booths will also give out game codes and stuff, so you can get free stuff in video games, which is pretty cool. And lanyards and just other general swag. Like, I got a bunch of Mixer swag. One of the panels I went to was about building and maintaining positive communities for streamers. And pretty much I think everyone that was there was a Mixer streamer, which felt a little biased just because it was supposed to be both Mixer and Twitch, but it was basically just Mixer.
What is a Mixer, by the way? Just so because maybe other people know it and I don't. What is a Mixer?
Mixer is another platform. It's similar to Twitch. I think they based their platform off of Twitch. It works the same. It's a streaming platform. I think that it mainly started on Xbox, but has since moved to, I think, all consoles and PC.
Okay, because I never heard of it before. Because when I think of mixer, I'm thinking like DJs mixing it up. You know, they're called mixers. You know, but
Yeah.
okay. Now I wanted to ask you there. Sorry, what?
Oh, I was just gonna say. So I go to PAX almost every year. I've been doing that for the last 4 or 5 years. I go to Emerald City Comic Con. Sometimes I go to Sakura Con. That's our anime convention. Our super weeaboo convention. It's actually really fun though if you like anime, and I'm kind of a huge nerd. So,
Do they do anime better than the Japanese?
I mean, they have Japanese stuff. Lots of Japanese stuff. I don't know if that answers your question at all. Probably not. They have so both SakuraCon and Comic Con have tons of stuff. It's like, that's the best way I can say it. They have hella swag, like art from tons of different artists. Every year I go to Comic Con or SakuraCon, I always end up buying like at least $100 worth of art for my wall. So if you've ever seen my stream, there's a shit ton of art on the wall. That's all stuff that I've bought from the cons I've gone to. I have a ton of stuffed animals. One day I will get it's a, I forget what it's called. The Snow Vulpix. That's the best way I can describe it. It's a Pokemon. It's normally red, and there's like a snow version from a specific region in Pokemon. And they always have that stuffed animal there, and I always want to buy it, but I don't. I did buy an ocarina last time I went, which was pretty cool. Like a real ocarina. Someday I'll
What is an ocarina?
Zelda? What?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Judgy.
Not of that. Yeah. I'm a Sonic fan. Hello.
But Zelda.
Zelda. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Well, you know, I'm not to say I didn't like Zelda, but I'm just saying, I'm not showing my age or anything, but yeah, I'm showing my age a little bit.
So, quick reverse interview here. How old are you, Infiltration?
I'm 16.
Wait, really?
No.
Okay, good.
No, I'm 30.
Oh, okay. I'm 27. You're not older than me. Not really.
Yeah, well, people have already told me I'm old. I'm great. I've hit 30 and I'm old, and then my mom, who's over the hump of 50, is young, so it doesn't make much sense to me.
Well, you should just tell them to suck it.
I will. Richard, you can suck it. There you go. I feel better.
If you ever feel guilty about saying it, just tell them Akila told them to suck it.
I'm sure they'll be happy.
Probably.
Now, I wanted to ask you there, I know I'm all over the place with my questions there. When you said, you wanted to get back into the PvP aspect, you said you had quit because of the fact that, people are stream sniping. They'll do that on occasion. Are you worried about it coming forward if you do more PvP? Are you worried about people stream sniping you in 3-4 man group?
I hope not. I mean, I'm a little worried about it. It was much more than the normal. Like, stream sniping happens on occasion. Like, that's to be expected, just in general as a streamer. But it was really bad. And I called him out on it once, just one time. Usually, I'm pretty good about, I don't like talking negative about people, so I don't usually say anything. I called them out once, and they kind of attacked me in chat, so that didn't feel great.
Yeah, I know you can always ban them and get rid of them. That's also a plus there, but I was just worried about that if you were to do, have a good time, and then you have somebody, 2-3 people just be like, okay, just do it because she's on stream, I mean, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah. I guess to answer your question, I'm a little worried, but at the same time, I think the community is so positive right now that I feel like the community would have my back if something like that happened, which is not really how the community acted in the past. So that would be, I think, helpful.
We will, we know TPM will have you back there. We know Tom will have you back, and then I'm part of a Misfit, so I'll definitely see about getting some Misfits together and be like, yeah, we got your back. We'll take them out too, in the same kind of group there. So don't have to worry about that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And if they do come back, there's a lot of mods here like James Man, myself. I've actually truth be told, and I don't think maybe J Mouse Man realizes it though, but any type of troll account that I see that I've been across, I just go ahead and write their name down, I copy and paste, and I just ban them because I'm a mod in like 4 different channels. So if you have like a troll, there, I'll just write their name down. I'll go in Mouse Man, Sir Galahard's, and Chris' channel. I'll just ban them just because I don't think anybody should have to deal with that in general. So I've done about like 9 or 10 different accounts. I'm just like, well, I'm not in a good mod, but when it comes to like trolling my friends, it's like not something that I want to personally deal with or have my friends deal with there. So.
Yeah, I think I don't really like banning people from my stream. It takes a lot for me to ban people. I think I maybe have 3 people banned, maybe, in the 3 years that I've been streaming. And banning doesn't necessarily solve the issue of being stream sniped anyway, because they can still watch.
Yeah. Exactly there. And I try it whenever I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to close your stream down because obviously if you're a healer like Nami is, I'll just put a marker on your head or I'll just recognize your name and be like, hey, look, target that person. Just because we want to win. So let's target that person just because, But I don't do it with like malicious intent to like every time they come out, just,
Yeah, well, I mean, that's when it reaches the like. It basically it was more than stream sniping. It was basically harassment and effectively bullying, which to me is dumb. Like, we're adults. You don't need to do that. There's no reason to do that. Machiavelli suggested to snipe the stream snipers. That might have worked if I played with like ranked players more often. I a lot of the time in the past I would stream really late at night. Like I'd start at 10 or 9 at night and then I'd go until 2 a.m. So I would be by myself all the time. And as a healer, all I can do is run away and or hope I have my god bubble.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna get away from answering them tough, hard exploratory questions that I kind of threw at you there. So let's get more to the real life. I know you said you wanted to talk about the real life stuff, and not there from what we talked about a little bit there. So we know you're a librarian there. What's the word I'm looking for? What does it say? Thirst for knowledge there. So I just want to know what else are you knowledgeable about that we may not know of. What's maybe like a unique fact about you.
Well,
Something that maybe someone would catch someone off guard, like, oh, I didn't know Ahkila was into that or whatever.
I'm a pretty open book, so I don't know if there's a lot of stuff that my regulars wouldn't know about, but people who don't hang out with me often might not know that I'm actually a professional vocalist. Well, semi-professional.
Okay. I didn't know, so I'm not the regular.
In my undergrad, I was a music major. I studied music education. That's what I got my degree in, and it's obviously not what I'm doing right now, but I do, I do music on the side, and I do education in the sense that I am a librarian. I'm in a professional ensemble in downtown Seattle, one of the top ones in the city, and we get to do really fancy performances all the time. Like, you probably don't know who this is. Andreea Bocelli, he's a really, really famous tenor. Nami knows who he is.
So, oh my god, you said the magic word.
My ensemble has, we've been asked to sing with him the last 2 times he's come to Seattle.
Wow, okay.
So, which is a pretty big deal because there are hundreds of choirs in Seattle. Like, they could ask anyone. And they ask us to do it, which is really a huge compliment. We've also sang with Josh Groban. And Nami knows who that is. We've done a lot of stuff with the Seattle Symphony, which is really cool. So, I mean, we're a really good ensemble, which is great. I also, on my own, I get asked to do a lot of special music performances. So like solo works at churches, for example. That's people just like classical music and stuff. Sorry, hold on. My ops group was typing something at me.
Hey, pay attention.
No, they were
Basically.
saying, "Sing to me, sing to me."
So, church music, and I also surprisingly get asked to sing at a number of funerals.
Wow, that's depressing.
I mean, it's sad because they're funerals, but at the same time, it, in a weird way, like it makes sense. People used to get vocalists all the time for their, that's not really common anymore. People usually have DJs now for the wedding. So I've sang at one wedding, and then I sort of got roped into helping DJ as well. I don't know why. It's not like my it's not like my classical training as a musician qualifies me to be able to DJ, but like, hey, you're good with technology, work the thing. It's like, okay.
Do you get paid at all with the different ensembles you do with going to weddings or funerals and whatnot? Do you get paid for
I
that?
don't get the ensemble stuff is not paid. Most honestly, there are hardly any choirs that are actually paid. Usually orchestras are paid and symphonies, but choirs not so much. Usually it's all volunteer work on the musician's part. But I do get paid for all the special music I do on the side, like on my own at the churches and funerals and weddings and stuff. So if you're ever in Seattle and you need someone to sing at your wedding and or you die,
Okay, I'm sorry. I have to say something. Sure. When I die, Ahkila, I'll make sure that I give you a quick call real quick. I'll be like, "Sing to me, Angel."
actually, the last funeral I sang at, after the funeral's over, a couple came up to me and they complimented me on my singing, and then they asked if I would sing at their funeral. I'm like, sure. Like, I don't want to think of you as a dead person. Also, though, how are you going to call me when you're dead? It was weird.
He's gonna get like a little tape thing before he dies, and be like, "I need Ahkila to sing to me," and then put it down there, and then he's gonna put that on. They're gonna put that on and be like, "Hey, we need you to come sing. He's dead."
I mean, I gave him a card with my name and phone number and email. I don't actually, I really should make business cards so that when I do special performances, I can just hand out a card to people that are interested.
Because I figured that just from you doing all the work, I thought maybe you're getting paid for it. That would have been, you're doing part-time librarian, and you're doing these, so I figured you were getting paid for it. But I guess that's not the case.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Yeah,
it depends on the event. It usually ends up being around, I'd say it's usually ends up being around 50 for the event, which is usually pretty short. So it's like 25 an hour, roughly.
Okay.
Which might sound good, but it's
Really
okay.
isn't.
It's not. People don't realize how much time musicians have to put into actually practicing the music, like finding the right version, if they need an instrumentalist to accompany them, doing that as well. Like that all takes a lot of time. So they think it's a big deal that they're paying you $50 to come and sing one song, but really you're putting so much other time into it outside of actually showing up.
Is there anything else besides the ensembles with librarian that you do?
Oh, yeah, I also play piano and I play the ukulele.
Oh, okay. So when you go to take on the Hawaii trips, you can actually beat out some people who have been doing that as well.
Which is fun. I usually end up having somebody come play guitar for me. Like my mom actually plays guitar really well and she sings really well. So if it's an event that's in the greater Seattle area, I'll sometimes grab her and she'll play guitar for me. I don't have to pay for that, which is nice.
So you have like maybe like a band that you play with there, or?
I don't know. I've contemplated joining one. I'm pretty self-conscious about singing in public. It's taken me a really long time to get comfortable singing live. by myself. Like, I'm fine in a group, even like a group of 4, I'm fine. When I'm by myself, I get really nervous. So I think streaming has actually helped me with that, because it's not the same as an actual performance, but in a sense, you're performing. You know, you're live, and I have a camera so people can see my face and see what I'm doing. So, you know, don't want to like pick my nose or some shit on stream. Not that I do that, but
And that's when you do it off stream, right?
right. And
So-
someone died.
Great, because they at you and you didn't heal. Great.
I think it's time to sing to them.
I don't sing on command.
Oh, you
Also,
did
I
it for
get
Nami's
really
birthday.
nervous, so.
Uh-huh.
You did it for Nami's birthday?
I did.
So in order for us to request a piece, you have to do it, and then like you record it, and then you can send it to us there, or you can't just do it like with us here.
I mean, I could. Actually, that is something that one of my recent donations that I requested was for a new mic and a headset so I could do IRL streaming. Part of that, I'm hoping to. I don't know if I'll be able to set it up, especially since I need to paint my weapon, and I think I have to use spray paint, so I probably won't be able to do it. But I'm gonna try to do some of my weapon building on stream, and I also want to sing on stream.
Oh, okay. So not only doing like things, but also doing like IRL and then singing.
Right. So that's why I asked for a donation goal. I want to play my ukulele and where is the bridge? My ukulele and sing with it.
Is this donation goal up on your stream right now?
Oh no, it's already been covered.
Oh, okay. I thought it was something that when you mentioned that, I was like, oh, did something up? I didn't see anything.
No, it's been covered. I'm still trying to figure out how to balance my sound properly. It's definitely not balanced like it should be. I'm having somebody come over this weekend to visit me for my birthday, and they're really good with that type of thing, with video and sound, so I'm gonna see if he will help me edit and get my sound levels balanced. But
when is your birthday? Is that coming up like in February there, or
actually Saturday.
this Saturday? Okay. Yep. Well, guess we have reason to celebrate on Saturday now. Dead on Saturday.
And before anyone asks, no, I will not be streaming on Saturday. I would love to do a birthday stream, but I'm gonna actually go out for my birthday. Well, I'm still young enough that I can go.
So this Saturday, what is the plan for this Saturday? What are you doing for your birthday? Happy early birthday, by the way.
Thank you. I'm great at planning other people's birthdays and weddings. I've been a maid of honor 3 times. 5 weddings. I'm really bad at planning my own birthday, though. So far, I planned dinner, and I'm not sure where we're gonna go because the place I want to go does not take reservations via phone. I don't think I want to sit around for 2 hours while they wait to seat us.
Yeah.
I might. It's over by the mall, close to me, so maybe I'll go and put in our name, and then wait for them to give me a time estimate and leave and come back later. I don't know. Or I'll just pick a different restaurant. And then I'm thinking I might go downtown. There's this really fun bar in the Capitol Hill area of Seattle called the Unicorn. It's amazing.
Is it magical?
Yes, it is. Its drinks are magical.
Send you to magical places too?
I mean, I hope so. I'm also hoping for birthday sex. Because, who wouldn't want that?
Exactly. That's true. So you already got plans for this weekend, so that's great. Happy, like I said, happy over there. Mark Cavalli over here, TPM, Jay Musselman. Happy birthday there.
Thank you, guys.
I wish you a happy birthday there. Now, is there anything else that maybe we have missed there that maybe, because I'm not a regular, I'm trying to get into everybody's streams in general there, but is there anything that maybe you want to touch upon, maybe you want to just openly, freely talk without the questions there?
Like about my stream?
Streaming, IRL, maybe we missed there, because I know I'm trying to think about, I can't think about past Sunday there. about what we may have talked about. I did have notes up there, but
Yeah.
since it ended, with a time constraint and whatnot, there is there anything that we may touch upon? Anything you want to explain? Anything that maybe we missed?
I wanted to give a little bit of props to Nami and you for how positive you've been for this community. I think it's made a really big difference. It's like I was saying earlier, it's really different from when I started streaming. It was very hard to be a streamer when I started streaming, and with the way the community is right now, it's so supportive that it makes it easier for me to feel like I can encourage other people to stream because it's not a negative atmosphere anymore. And everyone's out there supporting each other. Like when I think it was about a year or two ago, before the affiliate program came out, that's when I was heavily streaming a lot and PvPing a lot, and I started trying to bring the community up, and I would always host somebody after I went offline, and it would usually be people I didn't know. I was trying to support, the other Tor streamers, other small streamers, get people's names out there. I think I helped at least 6 people set up their stream completely.
Oh.
As in, like, got them hooked up with OBS Studio, like the different bots that they could use, Discord, etc., etc. And actually, Kogas was one of the other people who was also helping support other streamers as well. I don't really know who exactly started it. I know I was doing it and Kog started doing it, and then eventually other streamers that were streaming at the time started slowly hosting each other, but I don't know, the movement, I guess, sort of died out. It didn't have nearly as much of an effect as what you guys are doing, and I think that's great that you guys were able to influence this community so much. It's really wonderful.
Looks like Jay Musselman said, Ahkila, you inspired me to stream.
Oh, thank you.
Well, me and Nami both, appreciate the compliment there. We're just trying to make it better for everyone else in general. So, I mean, haven't been streaming lately myself there, but I'm always looking around at channels just trying to see, what goes on, what I can learn about their content and whatnot. And I definitely love to come in yours and maybe learn something new that I didn't from, besides this already here. What time do you usually stream at? Like, do you have a set schedule during the week there?
No. I think I mentioned this earlier, but that's probably my faultiest quality as a streamer is that I don't have a set schedule. I do always stream almost always I stream my raids, and currently I'm on one raid team, and that is Friday, Saturdays from 8 to 10 PM.
Okay.
I've lately just been kind of streaming randomly whenever I'm available. I've been feeling a lot more positive about, my life in general, but also about streaming, and you guys have been a big help with that. When I did my Christmas giveaway, Infiltration popped in, and I think he donated, or paid for, 50 subs or something. Something insane. And it just kind of blew me away. And Nami came in and she helped me fulfill my donation goal. It was really heartwarming, and I definitely cried on stream, and it definitely helped me
you got tons of clips on
feel
that.
a lot better. So
yeah, we're like, oh man, let's just clip this. Oh, let's show it later. Let's save the clip there and show it later. So there's one question I didn't want to ask you there since you brought it up there. How was the community when you were streaming? Is there much of a community then as it is now? Or was it just there,
not really. I would say on average there were maybe 4 people streaming at a time. At least when I was streaming at night, there was pretty much no one. It was me and 2-3 other people on average at night. The main Tor streamers that at least the ones that I saw, because I worked during the day, so I wasn't always able to watch people during the day, but it was Snave, Mac was really McGaller. I'm butchering his Twitch name. He went by Mac.
McGyler.
Snave and Mac, and Ramble was also around as well. And Kissing Hour was around. So Hottie was around. Her Twitch name is Kissing Hour. I think, honestly, that's pretty much it in terms of people that's actually streamed on a regular basis. So them and myself. I was definitely by far the smallest streamer out of all of them. And then, of course, there were other streamers that were very, very small streamers. I don't think any of them still stream anymore. So it was very different, very small. Kogue started streaming not too long after that. Like after a couple months before affiliate, I met Kogue and Mino. They started streaming as well. That helped bring more streamers into Tor. The three of us sort of started, trying to raid, and raid wasn't a thing. We started hosting people and trying to social support, and that started slowly moving throughout the community, but nothing like it is right now.
Oh, looks like Kaba said, don't forget Mosh. Mosh got Soul Tour.
Yes, and Mosh as well.
Because I started playing Soul Tour in 2014, but I didn't discover Twitch until like 2016, so I don't even know who anybody was there. So I mean, the only people I know was like Snave and McGyler. But McGyler moved on to other things because he got bored of it, I think.
Yeah, no, I mean they were the two, and Mosh, they were the two main big three, I guess, main big streamers in Tor. They were pretty much the only ones that people knew. And then there were some smaller streamers. Still average pretty well, like around 20 people, like Ramble. She doesn't really stream Tor very often. She actually does still stream though. If you haven't seen her, she's really cool. She's one of my favorite ladies out there. RambleNet, I think, is her full Twitch name. So her and Kissing Hour, who in game went by Hottie.
Oh, so her name is, is it KISSINGAIUR?
Yes, yes. Okay. She goes by Hottie, but her stream name was Kissing Hour. Her Twitch name.
Yeah, because I was actually reading her guide on Shield Tech PvP, and I was like, oh, Hottie, yeah, I know.
Yeah, she's written a couple guides, I think, co-written. I think the most recent one she might have co-written with someone else. Yes, Razion as well. I recognize that name. It's been a long time since, I haven't seen a lot of those streamers stream Tor in a long time, so I'm probably forgetting names. If I am, I'm so sorry. Please feel free to call them out, and I will definitely give them credit. I do recognize that name. Razion was definitely around. As was... I follow her on Twitter. I can't remember her stream name. It was another female streamer. Royce. She went by Royce in game. I can't remember what her actual Twitch name was. She also streamed pretty consistently. We were like the two main people that streamed Tor at night.
How about Devil before his? I guess he
told
me.
Devil PvP. He was a streamer as well. He didn't really stream when I streamed. I think he streamed at different times of the day than I did. But I do remember seeing him around as well. So, I mean, that's still a very small amount of people, though. That's maybe 10-ish streamers from Tor that people, I think that people nowadays still recognize. So, I mean, I think it's great that the Tor streaming community has changed so much, and that there's a lot of streamers and a lot of support for the streamers as well. That really makes a difference in terms of people's success. It's really hard to succeed when you don't have anyone there to support you. And I'm super grateful that the newcomers to Tor streaming right now have so much support from the community. It means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to the people that are streaming.
Well, I'm definitely glad we're able to have you here on 2. Hopefully if there's around 3, be somewhere in in the future there. But is there anything else you wanted to say, since it is, round 2 with you here? Is there anything else you want to say on here? Or if anything Nami wants to ask that I didn't ask?
Actually, yes, I have a few things to ask my Ahkila. And it's only because when you were talking about, okay, now, wait, I got to kill this extra thing. This guy just came, so I might as well just help him kill it. When I started streaming, and I guess I'm just going to go back, and I think some people don't realize that when we're talking about the difference of the the amount of streamers, tour streamers that you see now, this was really within the last 6 months. We're not
Hmm.
talking years have elapsed. When I came in and started streaming, there was only three that I knew. The three female streamers were Akila, Averia, as well as Hadi. There really wasn't any other female streamers out there. And the number there was, I'd be watching Kogas, Telios, or Cease, and Devil wasn't really streaming at that point when I first started. But it's like, yeah, the influx like of the streamers now on a game that everybody says is dead is, it's like this game cannot be dead when we have all these new people coming. It's like the numbers that you see today in comparison to just 6 months ago, 7 months ago. And I started playing the game, what, early 2017, I guess?
Hmm.
So I was watching streamers from the get go. And yeah, there just wasn't a whole bunch of streamers then. And I know that you inspired me because I would be streaming, off on my own and whatnot, and then you used to stream your raids, and it would be late at night, and I would just chill in your stream, and I gotta tell you, I was like, "Yay, another female streamer!" I was so excited about it, and I don't know, it inspired me. I can tell you that you inspired me. Plus, you're just
Thank you.
funny as heck.
Thank
I mean, you
you.
cannot go into your stream and not like be laughing off your butt, after a few minutes of being in there. And I also met Tom. So thanks to you, I have TPM modding for me and my channel.
Yay.
Yeah, so that's a
Best
good thing.
mod.
See, yes. So yeah, sharing mods. I was like, hey, this you're a good mod. Wanna
Tom is
come on?
effectively the SOTOR. I don't want to call Tom a prostitute, but he's like the equivalent of the.
Wow, I was gonna say professional mod, but okay, prostitute mod.
He's a mod
Well,
for everyone.
oh God, yeah, I do
Okay,
hope.
but I know on Tom's end, part of it is I think because he's in so many streams, uh, a lot of people just mod him. He'll like go to a stream and they'll recognize him and they'll just mod him. Like without him asking or anything, they just throw mod at him and he's like, okay.
Well, I'm thankful that I met him on your stream. Great, great mod.
Oh,
I'm so happy that
burn.
he came over here.
Koba burn.
What happened?
He's like, I used to watch Akila till she started locking on streaming. He's not wrong. Like, I did used to stream pretty much every single night for like 2 to 4 hours, which I don't anymore. I would like to do that. It's hard to do that when I'm working a full-time job and also have my music stuff on the side, because when I used to stream all the time, I was only 15 hours a week. So it was a lot easier to find time to stream. Hi, Noman.
Who's that?
He used to play Tor. He also streamed a little bit. I'm not sure if he still plays Tor. I have
Oh,
not seen
okay.
him around in forever.
Oh, okay. How cute. So yeah, I am. I don't know. I love you. You're just awesome. Was did now Unfath was Unfath also streaming when you started streaming?
What's the name?
Unfath Derp, Unfath. Do you
Hmm,
know if?
don't recognize that name. But I mean, they could have streamed when it was daytime. I don't know. I definitely don't recognize the name of that.
Oh, okay, okay. That's another female streamer, funny as heck as well. Uh, Good friends with Hottie. I think they're real close friends. Let me think. God, there was something I wanted to touch on. Trying to think right now. Oh, yes, I have a question. So
Uh-oh.
you were saying, no, it's not that type of question. Come on now. Come on now. Oh gosh, and Koba is like and purple. Junkie is a streamer and purple.
Yes,
Yeah,
Junkie did stream for a while.
Junkie. I don't know if he streams
Um,
now, but he's a big troll. That's all I gotta say right there. And yes, you heard it here. He is a troll. He comes in here and trolls. So
I
go
Oh,
ahead.
yes, Purple. Purple was also a streamer. I actually don't remember seeing Junkie streaming when I started streaming. I do remember seeing him stream a while later. Like a couple months before affiliate when I was PvPing all the time. I remember seeing Junkie and Purple as well. But I don't remember them being there when I first started streaming. But I mean, I was also on a toaster on Wi-Fi, so my stream was really bad back then. I don't think I had very many. I think I had like maybe 2 viewers on average.
Now, what would you say to, like, there's a lot of female, I mean, I want to say there's a lot more female streamers today than when I first started, which was like maybe May of last year. So
Yes.
what would you, well, not just female streamers, but to new streamers, is there any advice or anything that you could tell them besides having a schedule, a stream schedule?
Um, I don't know if the advice is specifically for female. I guess the advice I would have for females specifically would be, this is from my own personal experience, to be careful. Like, do what you love. If you want a face cam, you do not have to use a face cam. You also do not have to show, like, do not feel like you have to put on makeup and show your boobs and have cleavage. You do not have to do any of that to get viewers on Twitch. I know there's a stigma that that's how women get viewers, but it's not. I don't do any of that, and I have a pretty decent regular followers. It might take time to build up your stream, but definitely don't let anyone pressure you into doing that. I can't tell you how many people when I first started streaming would DM me and be like, "Oh, hey, do you want help streaming on how to be a better streamer?" And I'd be like, "Sure." And then they'd advise me to put on a low cut top and basically let my boobs hang out and like put on makeup and get all dolled up and stuff. You don't need to do any of that.
Yeah, Nami.
What? Hey, wait. I don't do any of all the above, but I think for me it's a total different story. The reason why, but yes, I think you should be whatever is your comfort zone.
And then actually Koba just touched on something as well. He said guys would just troll, so to our female streamer. That was a thing that happened all the time too. Guys would get really trolly. And then guys still troll me, but I don't care. Like, I'm not bothered very easily by shit, as anyone that knows me knows. But I will say this is one of the thirstiest games I've ever been on in terms of people trying real hard to hit on me and stuff. It's just female streamers in general. So in regards to that, show a face, use a face cam if you want, but just be careful with what type of information you share with other people. I have not had it happen to me on Tor specifically, but in the past I've had my personal information because I was a female gamer. I've had my personal information when I told them I didn't want to date them. They basically threw my personal information at anyone and everyone that wanted it. They told people my cell phone number, my real name, my birth date, my age, like the city I lived in, all of that type of stuff. So I might be a little bit more paranoid than people normally are, but and that's just not for females. That's in general, actually. Just be careful who you give that information to, especially as a female, but in general, really, really be careful who you trust with information that's that personal.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe how many times I've had people come up and talk to me about, like, situations that they've had. It's kind of weird. A lot of people just tend to come and talk to me, like, for whether it's to vent or for advice or whatnot, and it's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sad. I think it's not just with tour related. It probably is just being on the internet as a whole. But yeah.
Yep.
But yes, I loved your singing birthday, I guess, card tweet to me. It was wonderful. So I am looking forward to seeing you sing. Now,
Yay!
are you going to be streaming tonight?
I was thinking of streaming after we were done with the interview / after I'm done with my.
Well, I think you
Um,
should just start streaming now so that I can read you.
Are you
That-
gonna be done after our interview? I
oh
have to
yeah.
like go
Oh
get
yes.
food.
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna be able to then. I have to go eat and stuff.
Oh, you haven't eaten yet?
No, food got made kind of late. I drank a beer. I am currently drinking beer. That is the food that I have consumed.
Oh my gosh. Not cheesecake?
Oh yeah, Kobo's right. Every male that tries to flirt with girls on Sotar. I mean, I could name over 50 people that have tried to get my phone number and tried to get me to send nudes. Actually send nudes, not just like, lol, send nudes, but for real send nudes.
Right.
It's pretty gross.
Yeah. Oh
Especially
my.
when they think that you want a dick pic back. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I like having sex with males. Penises are not attractive looking.
You heard it here.
And honestly, like, vaginas aren't that much more attractive either. They're kind of weird looking too. Boobs are great. Send those. Don't send the other stuff.
Oh my god. Oh my god, this is why I love Akila so much. She'll send boob pictures.
Devil's coming.
Oh
I just
my
haven't seen the right dick. Okay.
God. Yeah.
God.
Oh my god. Well, TMG showed his off last week, so hey, if he can do it, anybody can do it, right? But yeah, oh well. So I am so glad that we brought you back. I'm so sorry that your, your interview got kind of shortened. We really should have started with you first. In retrospect,
That's okay.
that way, we could have just went a little bit longer with Des. I think he would have been fine with it. But yes, but it gives us a chance to talk to you again today, and not even a single word of purple was brought up. Everybody's like,
Oh my
damn
God.
it.
I'm reading the dick comments, yeah. I was curious if anyone in chat had any questions for me. Unless, Nami, if you're on a
Oh,
time
no.
crunch as well,
No, go
then we
ahead.
can
No,
totally
no.
be done.
Yes, go ahead. Oh no.
I think one day we should have. I think we should have Devil on here. I think that'd be interesting to find his take on everything. I mean, we already have the mature audience thing already put up here. We'll have
Yeah.
Devil on here.
Oh my gosh. That right there reminds me of him saying, Devil, do you remember? You're like, let's do it. No, we're going. Oh no, you said F it. We're doing it live. That's what you would say. I think that's your little step thing when you would go live.
Yeah, he does that. He does that when he posts that in Gen Chat. I see it. It's like, fuck it, we're doing live.
Yeah, there you
No.
go. And then the other day, I was actually using my Xantha, my Xantha emote. He didn't even do it back. I felt kind of rejected standing there.
Oh,
I know, by the PvP hut, it's just like, wow. I'm sitting here next to this big fat rank hut vendor. Oh, he's like, well, probably was alt tabbed. Because you normally do that too. I was kind of surprised that you weren't doing that as well. But yeah, so why don't you go ahead and eat?
actually, I have an announcement that I want to make.
Oh,
first.
yes, we didn't hear your announcement.
You guys might have seen it. I posted it in the super secret Discord.
I don't have a super secret. I'm not part
The
of that.
streamer.
Take-
It's not a secret. The
Oh.
streamer Discord. Why
Oh, did you?
hold these? Yeah, I tagged you both. I guess you muted it? Question mark.
Probably.
Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna stop attacking so I can make this announcement. So, one of the first questions Infiltration asked me tonight is if I had any events planned or any special things going on that I was planning or wanted to be to take part in. I do have an event that I'm planning. I've picked a date and set the time. So the event, which I will be posting on the SOTOR forum threads and also on the SOTOR Reddit in case you want more information, this will be in my Discord. I'm planning a huge world PvP event. For those of you that have played Tor a really long time, you might remember back when world PvP was a little bit more predominant and people would run around the Section X, for example, for the Section X dailies, and all of a sudden there'd be 20 imps or 20 pubs, and then it'd be this really cool epic battle, and it'd be really fun. And I really miss those type of events. So I planned an event. It's going to be on Saturday, March 2nd at 2 p.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time. This is for Satil Shan. I did not plan it on any other server because I can't be two places at once. It's going to be held on Oricon so that people have a chance to work towards getting the Scarebear title, which is killing 1,500 players on Oricon specifically. If you bring your party drawas, that's also great because if people kill you, then they might have a chance of getting the Party Crasher title. And it also helps get you some work towards your Manhunter title, which is 50,000 player kills. And I don't know very many people that have the title. So it's all fun. Anyone and everyone is welcome. It does not matter what your level of ability is for this event. So you can be a ranked PvPer, you can be a raider, you can be someone that just likes to do the story. None of that matters. It's just meant to be fun and just to have a bunch of massive people come in and attacking each other. And I have a place set where we're going to meet as well for the event. So more details will, like I said, they'll go on the SOTOR forums and they'll go on the SOTOR Reddit and also in my Discord.
Awesome.
Can you imagine Devil in that, though? I just can't imagine him streaming that. Oh, look at the jitters. Oh, these guys are horrible.
Oh my gosh.
On Satil Shan Devil.
That is oh my gosh. Yes, we definitely have to have Devil stream it as well. Because he's on his sniper like a bajillion miles away, just killing people left and right. He's like, well, there was the first 100. Oh.
I will be leading. I'm not really leading anything. It's an event for fun. I fully expect people to eventually break up into their own groups, but I will be starting the ops group for the pub side. I'm going to go pub side with my pub guildies. Sharkbait/Kogas, he's going to be doing the imp side group. So I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of hoping we raise the Harbinger hamster from the dead and crash the server with how many people show up. I think that'd be really cool. But we'll see.